and good evening, everybody. What's going on? Welcome. It is Sunday night, and you know what that means. It is FRR Racing Cup Series tonight at WWT, the Gateway. That's right, they're at WWT, the Gateway. The 1.25 mile egg-shaped track, weird track. Welcome to welcome to the show, everybody. I'm a little bit tired today. I want to thank everybody yesterday once again who participated in the Travis Tyson Memorial Race. Many of the guys here in FRR participated in that and was a huge success. Definitely wore me out, and was taking the day to rest and recuperate a little bit myself. But got all geared up and ready to go for these boys tonight at WWT, the Gateway. And joining me tonight is a special guest from the Xfinity Series, from the FRR Xfinity Series. And that's my man Hokey. Hokey, what's going on, man? How you doing, my brother?
What do you say, guy? I'm doing good.
Ain't
Good. I'm
nothing,
glad.
man.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thanks for coming up and joining with me, man. My partner in crime, B Nizzy, getting home a little bit late tonight, and he's when he does end up getting home, he's gonna miss the he would already miss the broadcast, and he's gonna be in the he's got a championship race on Tuesday night. That he's going for his first league championship, so he's going to try to get some practice in and then tune into the broadcast. But he's gonna he's gonna miss the broadcast tonight. So whenever he does get home, he'll tune on in while he does some practice to that. So gonna definitely wish him luck
Yeah,
on Tuesday. So I'm
it
glad
all
and
works out.
I appreciate you stepping into place and stepping up in the booth and hanging back with me and relaxing and kicking back and watching these Cup boys in action, man.
Yeah, I was kind of excited about this. This is a fun track to watch. It's unique. Two different corners. First one and two and three and four are totally different. I think it's a blend of a couple tracks. Is what I've looked at it. It's kind of a small Darlington.
It
So
is. It's a very
a lot of speed.
right. It's a miniature Darlington, is what it is. I mean, it's almost about the same length, but just the banking isn't as steep. It's really
Well,
really
yeah,
flat.
it's almost, I'd almost say a Darlington shape, but it's got turn one and two are more kind of like a New Hampshire.
Hmm.
Three and four more like maybe turn three at Pocono is a good comparison. I'd say if you put it like that, but shape of a Darlington,
Yeah, that's actually a
long straightaways.
very good comparison. Actually, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A dab of this and a dash of that. A couple of different tracks all mixed together, man. It's very unique. It's a very fun track. I love this track
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, it's a lot of fun to race. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Watch your
very
right rear.
yeah, and because watching the right rear because once these tires get a little bit, even just a little bit of wear on them, I mean they're gonna start getting really loose,
Yep.
especially off the corners. Now these
But
guys are
it's
they're just starting qualifying now, so we still got a few minutes to
I
kind of
haven't
get
got 'em-
into
I
the
haven't pulled it up yet. I haven't seen
yeah,
where to
they're
go.
qualifying now. So I wasn't able to participate to be in the Xfinity race last night on Saturday nights like I usually am. So I wasn't able to be there last night for you boys in the FRR Xfinity race, man. So I wanted to ask, how did that go?
Uh, it was a good, very good race. Eagles actually got the win. He's come on kind of here late and just kind of taken off as soon as he jumped in. So he's made a big run, and I mean we're now 10 races left in the season, and till the playoffs
Hmm.
will start. So and the Eagles has pretty much chopped his way up into the he's up into the top 10 now. So
I'm
just
I'm not
starting out, so
surprised.
he made a big chip.
I'm really not surprised at that. I really not. I raced with him. He was actually the one very first recruited me ever into my first league with FTR 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So I got to know him when he was racing, or when I was racing there in FTR then, and of course I'm gonna. I got the blessing to come back this coming next season. That starts in about next week or two. But I've known him for over there at FTR, and I've already know. So when he came over here couple of weeks ago and joined the FRR Xfinity, I already knew how fast and how good he was and how talented he is. So I knew right off of the bat that he was always going to be a one to beat and a contender week in and week out. So I'm really not surprised to see him doing so well, honestly.
yeah,
But
I think he was initially supposed to start with us from the beginning, but he didn't get a chance to get in early. To whatever it may be,
right.
but he has been, he's shown himself through other avenues and leagues. So he's ran with True and some of these Cup guys too. So they know he is very quick. So and he's big as well. But he's going to make a run. I'm hanging in there in the top five. A couple other guys. Davey Allison is really he's pretty much been running the show through the season. So
How did he do?
everybody's chasing him.
And how did he do last night? I didn't get a
Uh,
chance to talk to him.
Davey finished third.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it was top three. That's
third.
hmm
Yeah, I believe. Yeah,
okay.
he
Okay,
finished third. I finished fourth. Yeah.
that awesome, man. That's good run, man. Good run. I didn't get a chance to talk to Davey last night because of the Memorial race. And didn't really get a chance to talk to him today. I did. I always tune in to the FTR B League that he runs in tonight, and he did win the final race of the season over there at Chicagoland. So he got himself another win.
Yeah.
Man,
We had a pretty decent showing too. You kind of it's always sometimes hit or miss with the road courses. Some guys love them, some guys really just can't stand them. So
oh, that's right.
you're
You're at Mid
showing.
Ohio.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
it's a road course. Yeah, so we're
That's right.
actually back-to-back road courses. So it's
Okay.
actually three of the next. I think it's three of the next four, three of the
Oh,
next five
oh
road
wow.
courses.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And
So we
the
go to Sonoma next week.
the trucks on Friday night, the FRR Truck Series, weren't they? You guys were at
So we were at WWT just
you,
like the Cup guys tonight. So yeah, that's where we ran Friday night. Yeah.
okay, so how did that go?
And Friday night was on Dave Henson actually making an appearance back with. He's running the trucks now.
Oh, good.
But his
Good,
first
good.
race back, he's running. I think he's running trucks and Xfinity now. But I don't think he can. He can't make the playoffs in the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So now in Xfinity might have a chance if he makes a big run in the points. We'll see.
Right,
But
but that I mean,
he did win the race. Paulie D finished second, Swerve third, and finished fourth. And Lando finished fifth.
oh,
In
good.
the truck
That's
race.
good. I
We've had a
mean,
couple Xfinity guys pop into the truck series. There, a
hmm
couple Cup guys. There, I know there was some, shuffling around up in the Cup, and they brought sent some guys down to run with us too, in both those series. So we're getting a little bit of mix of cast. So, but it's been fun. Everybody, I think the racing's great. I mean, if anybody checks out a lot of those streams, I think Dimebag's got a stream. I know you stream when you run too,
hmm
Shady. So
hmm
it is a lot of fun to watch. We've had some really good races though
we've
throughout
had
the
some
season.
awesome racing in the
I think
trucks.
everybody gets along really well. It's been a good season. No, I guess you call it through these avenues bickering.
Not too much, not too much. And no,
Yeah, none of
it's been a
that.
blast, man. It's been in both the trucks and the
Have they
Xfinity series,
have
man.
they
Both.
launched yet? Have they run off?
No, they're still had to redo a qualifying lobby. I think they had an issue with some lagging.
Crap, I hit
So
join. I hope I
they're
can get
trying
another
to
invite.
Yeah, they're trying to get this qualifying finished up and getting going and finished up. But I think they've had some little bit of lag issues with the as with the lobby as they're qualifying. Um, so I'm keeping an eye on that. But yeah,
Send
man,
me another. Send me another invite too.
oh
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
as
When
soon as you
when
get
I
it.
when
I
we
clicked. I clicked on it.
okay.
This stuff. I'm not big with all these this
Uh,
media avenues.
that's all good, man. No worries, no worries. Yeah, I always make sure
I'm a driver.
well, I'm glad that you're
Yeah.
glad you came up here in the booth with me, man.
Oh man, that's fun. I've actually, I'm not gonna let him lie to you guys out there. I've been bugging him a little bit to get out on here, and um, it's kind of just happened to work out. Well, not work out a couple times
No,
before, but
yeah, tonight it really did because Bean
yeah,
Izzy, he like I said, he's on his way home. He won't get home until a little bit later on this evening, well after we start. And like I said, he's got a big championship race on Tuesday with the FTRC League, which I was hoping he would make it home and be up here. So I wanted to talk to him and congratulate him on such an awesome
yeah,
season over there because with that and
yeah, that's good.
like I
Well,
said,
that charity race y'all did this weekend too, that was awesome. That's that's a tragedy, and but it shows the community of the
it
this whole deal here, which I like that.
it really
That's kind of the
was.
same thing as NASCAR would do. So if
It
we were
really was, and
somehow connected in little ways.
it is, and I mean it is a community, but it's a big family in its own right. And you're right, man. It really was. It was a very special event and a huge success. And I talked to Kayla, Travis's wife, after everything was over, and she was just really, really touched with how much he meant to the community and to each individual person and the turnout that we had. Was tremendous. Travis's family was tuned in. Her family was tuned into the broadcast, and all in all, it was an absolute perfect day. And it definitely was worth a few gray hairs, I would say. But
From
um,
a racer to a racer, I know he was
yeah,
looking down, smiling. So I'm sure he enjoyed it too, and
yeah, he
that was,
was, and
and hopefully a good thing for the family too.
yeah, and
Our prayers are with them.
God willing, we'll be able to do it every June 3rd. That they keep this, whether it's this game or a new game or whatever happens, and
I mean, I'm optimistic. I've
I am too. I
I've
am
spun
too.
around some ideas on a game, and
Right, they're not. They're
I
going to
mean,
have a console game at some point. I mean, they're not going to just not have a console game.
it's all about the numbers. I know,
Right,
obviously, money rules everything with that. So, but I
right.
think that with the World of Outlaws game coming out, I think that really opened up a door for them. But you know, with iRacing, because I know most iRacing has basically every single racetrack
Yeah, they do. They absolutely
templated,
do.
so
I
they
mean, they
have
already
every
have.
single track ready to go. And I just feel
Hmm.
that if they would make it if they could really put their foot into the next NASCAR game,
And honestly,
doing the same format that
there's
the
been
World of
rumbles
Outlaws would
about
be
that.
great.
Well, there's been rumbles about that because the World of Outlaws has the iRacing footprint in the World of Outlaws, and I think I think that behind what's gone on over the past year with the Heat 5, the updates and all this and the updates and the deals, so all these things that were supposed to
The
come
lack
out that never
thereof.
did. Yeah, all that. I think they're gonna do something. It's just a question of when. Like I said, they can't not have no console game. So whether they keep this one going on and add finally bring up an update, or they what I would personally see and think is that they're going to incorporate and bring in that iRacing like the World of Outlaws. I think that would make a lot of
I mean,
sense.
yeah, in a dream world, I would say as my input, I feel that since they did that World of Outlaws game the way they did with all those kind of local, World of Outlaws tracks, Williams Groves, I think they put the Chili Bowl, and there's a bunch of all those little
Mhm.
dirt tracks out there that they have that they actually put on that game that
Mhm.
they could actually do the bigger late model tracks, the North Wilkesboro's, I'm out of Virginia, so the South Boston,
Mhm.
they're bigger tracks on the late model, Wheeling series tracks they could put on there, and incorporate that, and then just go all out, because they got. I think World of Outlaws is a great game. So I think
Yeah.
they've done a great job with that. So hopefully they do. They do have partnership with Motorsports Games, which who owns NASCAR Heat right now.
Right.
But I don't know what the deal is with the developing. You know how that is.
Well,
So
we're gonna wait and see, and we're gonna finally get to go green here in the next few minutes. They finally got qualifying completed. So
see you get one over.
they just got that finished up. They had a little bit of lagging issues, but they got that all completed and everything. So they we
I'm
should.
excited for this race though.
I am too,
I
man.
was after our race Friday night here. That was so much fun, and I know these guys got a, obviously they got the boot, but they got a lot of boot to fill after Friday night's race.
Right, and like
They will do
right,
it.
and
I
like
know they will.
we were talking about it, and I want to get back in and how the how the racing was, and like I said earlier in this pre-race report, Davey Allison, he's run away with it with a lot of it pretty much, and I mean that guy continues to win wherever he goes. Like I said earlier, just a little while ago this
So
evening, that
Davey
yeah
Davey
he
missed Davey missed Friday night, so he wasn't able
Okay,
to.
I
Something
was gonna
went
say
on with him, so he missed.
he was getting that
But he's
car tuned
still
up. He was getting
yeah.
that car tuned up for tonight's B League race at FTR. I
I
mean,
would assume so.
he
Yeah, a
did,
lot of
man.
these
He had that car on rails and he was setting sail, dude. He was
Yeah, so
gone.
he's got a lot of speed. I mean, it's going to be a challenge for all of us, I think, to make a run at it. But I have noticed, and me myself included, that everybody's gotten a little bit better and
Oh
a little
yeah,
bit better throughout the season, and we've had a couple guys that we hadn't quite come along. I think we've made some change. There's been some changes. That came up from up top this past weekend, so and I think that's going to help and make sure solidify a good playoff and good racing throughout the playoffs. So
yep,
whoever best man will win. But
yep.
yeah, Davey, I think we got a mountain to climb to get to him for sure.
Oh yeah, it's a huge mountain to climb, and we're gonna join right on up. So let me join on up and send you a couple invites here real quick, and we're gonna go racing here at WWT in the FRR Cup Series. So as I get into this screen, let me send you. I'm gonna send you three, because I'm third time lucky. So I'm gonna send you and you get the one. Go ahead, let me know you make sure you got that, and go ahead and join on up and get yourself loaded on in while yeah yeah they're getting ready they're going on now. So I always want to make sure that you got the third time lucky invite in case something happens, because you never know.
We get these different platforms that everybody's on and all that stuff.
Yep,
What do you call
yep.
them? The whole internets.
Yep, you got that right. And as I can see that they're going green here now, and as I load into the screen here, we all kind of do our little radio style. Bean Izzy does it real well. But as they're kicking off lap one, and they're going into turn three, which that's not as I think one and two are trickier than three and four, because you got that long sweeping like corner. And we finally load in here in WWT, and these guys are off and rolling.
Yeah, it looks like typical taking off.
Yeah, typical's being typical. That's
Yeah, typical.
typical's being typical.
Perky looks like Perky's trying to hang with him. He's stepping away just a touch.
Yep. Well, let's go through and introduce these drivers and see these paint schemes, what these guys are running tonight. And first, starting on the pole and out to a quick lead is at number 10 and typical. And next up is Perky in the 14. That man Perky driving that 14 car, driving the red, white, and blue tonight. That man Perky in the 14. Dimebags in the 1 car. Dimebags driving that traditional black Monster number 1 Chevrolet. Field filler in the number 5. There's Field in that classic gold and black number 5 Chevrolet car. Currently sitting in riding in 3rd spot. Mucka in the 2 car. Mucka driving that black and gold Ford Mustang of that number 2. Mucka driving that number 2 car tonight. King G in the 41. King G driving that silver Bullet car, that 41 silver and black Stuart Haas Ford. Driving that number 41 is King G. True Death in the number 3 car. There's True Death driving that white number 3, that American Ethanol number 3 car. Looking to the inside there of backs on off. Thought better of it a little bit. Next up, Hurricane Hull in the number 9 car. There's Hurricane in the number 9.
That's a pretty paint scheme.
Yeah, Hurricane Hull. That's a little bit different. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Usually he's driving the number 25 car. He is now driving the number 9 car. I'll talk about that in another minute. Showtime Flash in that number 24 car. That good old Exalta Jeff Gordon paint scheme of that number 24 car, or William Byron, whatever you want to call it. 9mm in the 12. 9mm driving the number 12 car. There's that number 12 car of 9mm as he's trying to follow up Flash right now. That 9mm in that number 12 car. Bad Martin in the number 19. Bad Martin driving that number 19. One of my favorite paint schemes. That Bass Pro Shop car. I love that number 19 paint scheme of that Bass Pro Shop car. One of my favorite. And G. Petro in the 8 car. Tame and the Beast in that number 8 car. G. Petro in that Chevrolet. Number 8, G. Petro. Danny M.D. in that number 96. We know him very well from the Xfinity League, driving that Toyota number 96. One of my old numbers, and when I first joined FTR back in the day, I got some memories in that 96. Danny M.D. is trying to do the same here tonight. Jay Lamb in the 88. There he is. There's Jay Lamb driving that number 88 Valvoline machine. That Chevrolet driving that number 88. Jay Lamb, I know he's trying to have a
Mark Martin scheme there.
Yeah, that Mark Martin Valvoline scheme. Old, and I love it. FRR Pittman in that number 11. Everybody knows Pittman. Everybody knows FedEx. Everybody knows Pittman is in that FedEx number 11. KB Showtime. There's Showtime in the number 38. He's driving a fire alarm. He's ringing some fire alarms tonight, boy. That alarm might go off in that number 38 Ford of KB Showtime. Racer Rick in the 34, the car parts Ford. Racer Rick driving that 34. Got a win a couple weeks ago, looking to get his 2nd win in the FRR Cup Series. Hick Ross in the 18. There's Hick Ross. They're driving my Snickers car. There it is. Makes me hungry just looking at it. I love that Snickers car, driving that 18. Yeah, boy. That number 18 car, Hick Ross. Rapid in the 13 car, driving him another one of my favorite paint schemes, that black and green Geico colored Chevrolet Rapid in that number 13, driving that number 13 car. And then there's THC in the number 7. And it looks like THC's having a little bit of issue. He's got some damage to the right front.
Looks like he's touched the wall a couple
times. He looks like he made
Nice.
some contact and looked like these guys might be getting a little bit loose. But there's THC in that number 7 car. Mini Golf in the 21, that famous Wood Brothers 21 Ford Mustang. And that 21 Quick Lane, as he's around a lot of heavy traffic there with Mucka and G. Petro. Racer Rick right behind him, but there's Mini Golf in that number 21 car. Mac in the 17, driving that classic Fastenal, blue colored Fastenal Ford Mustang. There's that Fastenal car, nice paint scheme there that Mac's riding tonight. And that's our lineup tonight as we get tuned into Typical and see how Typical has checked out. Look at the lead that he has got, and then you can see the interval between him and the second place of Perky, as he is really checked out. Now we checked in with
top 10's got bunched.
Yeah, these guys
at the very front. The next.
Yep, these guys in the top 3, Typical, Perky, and Field Filler, kind of checking out a little bit. But we get back. Yeah, we get back up in here with looking at True Death, as True Death is trying to get through some traffic along with Flash. Flash now up in 4th. King G having a great start so far tonight, currently riding in 5th spot as 9mm takes, jumps to the inside and takes that 5th spot. But King G looking to have a good run tonight. I didn't know this. I just found this out.
He is slow on the backstretch.
Yeah, G Petro?
Yeah, G Petro, he's slowed up. A lot of damage on the front right side there.
He does have a lot of damage. He hit that wall. Not sure exactly where or when, but you're right, man. He's got a lot of damage to that 8 car. I'm wondering if these guys are starting to get a little slick and a little loose that it's famous for here at WWT. When you get some wear on these tires, man, these guys will get loose.
Oh, yeah, and I'd say just miss it. Sometimes a lot missing your marks. A lot of times it's going to put you in bad situations, too. I'm sure that's what it was.
That could be, too, because it's very...
driving sometimes coming out.
Right.
Going in.
And I was just about to say that it's very easy to overdrive these corners, man. Very easy to overdrive these corners. I'm tuning the hit cross here in the 18, and that's exactly what he did right there, and allowing Pittman in the 11 to get underneath, and looks like he's trying to make a pass. Hickross on the outside, charges back into turn 3. He's going to keep and hold the position. Hickross still using that outside line, and that's the other thing I like about this track. It's really, really racy to where you have the 2 lines. That high line, that upper groove will come in and it will work for you, like we're seeing Hickross use it to his advantage, coming off those corners and getting that momentum down those long straightaways. Working for Hickross here in the early going.
Yeah, Typical's kind of stepped away pretty good. I'd say he's right about a 3 second.
And I think we have our first car that's had to take it to the garage. I see the Mac in the 17. Yeah, Mac in the 17. I think I think he's had a little bit of engine failure there. He's had to take that to the garage. Well, on Friday night, Hokey, did you guys have that issue when you got some laps going, that there's some looseness and guys getting loose?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were talking earlier, that right rear, for the trucks, I want to say it's more the setup of the body. I think, the way they kind of carry and they load up a lot on that right rear, it eat them up, and then, you start getting a little loose. But the setup is the big key, you want to set up for a good long run. And I think that's what a lot of us, we had some really good trucks out there.
As we ride on the hood of Typical, kind of looking at the line that he's running, because he's running away from the field already. And he's running a very, very good line. You can see him. He really gets on the throttle. Really gets on the brakes really hard in 1 and 2. You're on the brake real hard in 1 and 2.
Oh, we got a car around there. It's in turn 3 and 4, going into 3.
Who, where, and what?
Car in the infield.
What number? Give me a number, man. Give me a number. Give me a number.
I believe it was.
Well, I'm not sure it was at the 21. There's an issue with the
I think it was the
21.
21. Yeah, that's
I,
right. Yeah,
I
the
think it's the
21.
issue with the 21 as he's gone a lap
That's
down
right.
now. That's
Yeah,
mini
he's back on
golf.
the track now. So
That is mini golf, and he is already gone a lap down. And of course, I mean, there's a lot of time left in this race as we're coming down now to the end of stage one.
he's mini golf's really tight. It's getting real tight. And he just touched the wall again coming out of fourth.
Well, he'll get that back here in about 2 laps at the end of the stage one as we're following a field filler, and field filler has lost the 3rd spot to Flash. So Flash is moving on up in that number 24 car. So
Yeah,
Flash
this little
moving.
group right here, that's what I was talking about, this top 5, top 10 in this middle here. They've been pretty racy.
Yeah.
They're catching mini golf now.
And True Death along the side of number 9 of Hurricane Hall. And like I wanted to say, I wanted to get into it that we do, like you mentioned earlier, Hokie, we have a couple of moves that they made that a couple of guys have been brought down to the Xfinity Series, and that has been Swerve in the Swerve was in the 43, Staggering, and who am I?
Staggering, I'm not sure on what's going on with that. But
Right.
I know Swerve, yes, and Henson's now coming back. I know Henson actually used to run in the Cup Series, so.
Right, and there's another one I'm.
Now he's come back, and he's going to come back and run with us, and kind of make his way back in. We'll see.
Right, and it said they just completed the first stage. Now, one driver that we are missing tonight that I noticed that is not in the field, and that is that guy Favre. That guy Favre is not in the field.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's the guy Favre. But the top 10 in stage one is going to be typical, bringing it home in stage one. That man Perky in stage two. Showtime Flash in third. Field Filler in fourth. 19mm in fifth. True Death in sixth. Hurricane Hall in seventh. Bad Martin in eighth. King G in ninth. And Dimebags rounds out the top 10 for stage one. Yep. And I'm trying to kick. I'm trying to kick myself.
A good start. Oh, they're wrecking there.
Oh, they are big.
Front stretch. Yeah, there was typical missed the shift or something on that restart.
The 7 of THC is still spinning around. He's got it head in the right direction now, but that'll definitely bring out the manual, the caution. So the caution will come out.
Racing back to the line, I think.
Yeah, they're going to be racing back to the line, and that's going to be bad for Typical, as Perky jumped to the lead. Typical jumped to the lead there on that restart, and took off with the lead. Now here's where things got a little squirrely. That Field Filler beat Typical to the line for second, but I don't know if that is actually probably may have been the wise thing, because I mean, when they restart this thing, Field Filler will be in second starting on the outside, and Typical will be third on the inside.
Third, yeah.
So if I was Field Filler, I might as almost be well off to, just go ahead and let Typical take that second spot, knowing we're coming to the caution, and I'll be glad to start on the inside, and he can start on the outside. But now Field Filler did beat him to the line, so Field Filler will start in second, and Typical will get that inside third.
Yep. There's a lot of cars with damage. That was kind of what you said, the big one at a little track. That was kind of a big one on that front stretch.
Yep.
They all kind of scattered and looked like Typical. Either he missed a shift on the start, or he didn't. He just looked like he didn't take off, and it accordioned all the way through.
Yeah, and still I'm still racking my brain on who it was. I just talked to True Death before the right before the broadcast on because Trinity and Death Before Dishonor also are not in tonight's race, as they're having some internet issues and got to get their internet and their systems taken care of. But that's why you don't see the 20 car of Death Before Dishonor and the 48 of Trinity in the race tonight.
So 3 of them stayed out there. The rest of them didn't.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Priest, that Shovelhead isn't in the race either. Shovelhead in that double deuces. We're missing Shovelhead, so we're missing a lot of guys out here tonight, which is an opportunity for these guys to make up some points on these other guys, especially when you got some heavy hitters like Shovelhead and Favre not in the race tonight.
9mm stayed out too. He's going to be starting top 3. So it's Perky, Typical, and 9mm. 6 stayed out.
Oh, so Field Filler knew exactly what he was already doing. He was going to pit. So he did play that smart, as Typical will start on that outside spot. That man Perky going to be on the pole in the first position. 9mm is in third. 9mm having a great run so far. Really good start to 9mm, as he's having a good run in this early going. We're only in stage 2, but he definitely needs to have himself a good run. He has had a string of bad luck here in the first third of the first quarter or the first third of this season. He has had
auto parts forward.
Yeah, he has had some bad luck. If he has not had bad luck, he is one of those that have had no luck at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, and he is. I know how frustrated he's got to be, because he's such a good driver and he carries a lot of speed. But with a lot of these other drivers that began this season that are no longer in the Cup Series, that I think that's going to do a lot of these guys a good justice. I think it's going to be favorable for these guys, because not taking those cars off of the track and taking the numbers down just a little bit, it gives it more room to race. I mean, when you had the 30 cars out on that track, I mean, you're already having very, very little room for error.
There's little room for error as it is. Ooh. Just being on the racetrack.
Oh, they're beating and banging. Look at this into turn 3.
They're running 3 wide, going out of 2. I don't know if they should do that, but looks like Filler got through there clean. He's going to take second.
Yeah, Field Filler took it in there. He sent it in.
He's taking off a little bit.
And Typical stuck out there on that high side. We're not where he wants to be. Now falls back in line right in front of 9mm behind Field Filler. Now, if Field Filler wants to try to...
Man, they are bumping for position going into 1.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, if you see somebody wrecking... Yeah, Hokey, if you see somebody wrecking, you call it out. You say, trouble here, trouble there, and you give it a number, and so we can get you cut me right off if you see something happen. You got there. That's a rule. You see something.
They were clean to there, but they are racing.
They were
definitely racing. Yeah.
Oh, they're getting mad back here, boy. Bad Martin, Pittman, they're beating and banging. We got a car around, the 8 cars around.
Yeah,
8 cars around.
THC got into that, the 7 car.
Oh, man, THC again, man.
Petro out.
Yep. And G Pacer went around. We got cars around. Yeah, mini golf.
Yeah, they're getting a little rough out there right now.
They are getting a little rough. Oh, and they got another on the front stretch. That J-Lam got turned around. And this is coming to a caution.
They got a big caution.
Oh man, I was gonna say, man, this season we have seen some.
I'm running dime bags right now. Looks like running damage.
And we have seen gloves come off, a couple of times this season, where it's been a little bit of a backyard or back alley brawl, and we might be seeing that here tonight at WWT.
I know you've heard me say this too. When we start the truck races and the Xfinity races, patience is a huge thing through all
Right.
these races. They're so long. They're not like your just public lobby race. These are full size. Race 50% races. So they're running. These are long races. You gotta be patient. Pick your spots and work with each other.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, but everybody needs to be up front too.
And they
Said,
want to get there.
we were laughing Friday night. We said you don't win it going into turn one,
Nope.
but you can lose it coming out of two.
That's exactly right. I think I think you might need to give the Cup guys a little that same pep talk before the race. Now
Like I
these
said,
guys,
everybody's competitive too, and that's a good thing.
I mean,
So,
I'm
and
look.
that's
Oh,
what
it's
you want more
competitive,
than
but
anything.
I don't know if you're seeing. I'm looking at about 3/4 of these cars out here, and I mean, I would say about more than 3/4 of them got some kind of damage to these cars. I mean, they were, yeah. I
I
mean,
think about everybody's got a taste.
yeah.
Looks like some guys are gonna stay out here though. I
Yeah,
see
Flash.
Danny. I'm gonna boast about Danny a little bit. Because he just come up through the Xfinity Series and has made his debut. Made it up here into the Cup. And, it's good to see him running well. I don't think he's gonna pit right there. He's staying out.
Yeah, he's staying out, and
Looks like he's gonna be a top five.
yep, I've been tooting Danny's horn ever since he came up into the Cup Series, and he's done very well. He's held his own, and he's making his mark. He's doing very well.
It is a leap. It's a leap to that, up to that level. I've ran with a lot of those guys in the Cup practice races and things like that. They're a lot of good drivers. So, and there's a lot of good drivers, I think, throughout the entire FRR banner. So that are coming along, which I think that's exciting. That's something to look forward to.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's growing very well, and I mean, I see a lot of comparisons with FRR and other leagues that I'm a part of, and like FTR. A lot of comparisons in how it's set up and organized and how they're both run. And I mean, they're both such elite premier leagues. And these guys here in FRR, this Cup Series, the only way to get to this Cup Series is through a draft. That's what makes this FRR series very unique, is that you have to, that's how you get to the Cup Series, is you have to go through the trucks and Xfinity to kind of make your mark and get noticed to get drafted up here into this Cup Series.
Time Bags, Terror, and myself, we handle running those two, help handle most. I'd say Terror and Dime are in charge. Myself, I just, I do what I can to help out. But we're trying to move, develop guys and help out to come in. But the spot's got to be available, in the Cup Series. But you got to run good, like you said. You got to come up there. I've noticed that ours is this league set up, and I know they're going back green there racing.
Yep, they're going green as Flash has jumped out of the gate to grab that lead, as Hurricane Hall in the 9 car is taking second. His new teammate, well, I don't know if new teammate, because he was in the 25 and now switched over to the 9. That was held over by... Oh, I know who it was, dadgummit. It was Grizzly. Grizzly is no longer in the Cup Series. Grizzly was in the 43.
Flash got the lead there.
Right, Swerve was in the 9 car. It was Swerve that was in that 9 car, and now it is taken over by Hurricane Hall, a good buddy of ours.
That switch, yeah, Hurricane's a good friend.
Yep.
He's actually from around where I'm from, so.
Yep, and I was saying earlier that I just found this out not long ago, just like about a week and a half ago, And that's my buddy King G. King G is from Baltimore, Maryland, and yeah, that's all. Oh, and King G at the end of the wall up into turn one, and I think he had a little bit of help going into turn one. Somebody who was behind him miscalculated his braking point, got into the back of him, and gave him a shove into the wall, but King G, he had a great start to the race. He's still running very well. Yeah, King KB Showtime in the 38. But yeah, I didn't know is that until like last week. I'm from Annapolis, Maryland, and I'm only about 35-40 minutes from Baltimore, and King G is right there from Baltimore, right across from the Orioles Stadium. We're big Orioles fans, so. And we got to talking about that. Oh, we got Carter backing around.
Yeah.
And I think that was the 12 car, wasn't it? That looked like the 12
car, yeah.
of 9mm.
12 and 9mm.
And the 7 of THC, the 13 of Rapid. And that's what I mean, man. That's what I said earlier. If 1-9 did not have bad luck, he would have no luck at all, man. And there it is. That rear and its ugly head.
Not too long ago, too.
No, he was just restarting up at the front, and look at his rear and its ugly head again on him.
I don't know if they're...
The question is the caution going to come out?
I don't know if that's a caution or not.
It doesn't look like it. I think we're staying green this time. We're green and clean. Flash has jumped off into the green. Flash has jumped off
and jumped really all the way around.
Oh, they've got it wrecked in turn 1 and 2.
Oh, bad.
Oh, yeah, dime bags into 1.
You put her in the 8 car, yeah. Looks like
Dime.
Phil Filler was in that too. True might have got a piece of that. True.
I think so.
3 car.
Yep, that'll, I think, definitely bring out the caution. As
that's a caution.
Yeah, the dime bags got a lot of damage onto that, as well as the 8 was involved, and I think our buddy, we were just talking about Danny in the 96. Danny in the 96 also was involved, and I think the caution is coming out. I would think the caution is coming out.
I would assume that one was, but I mean, who knows?
The caution is not coming out. They're going to stay green here. Everybody kept going.
Yeah, I guess
no, the caution's out. Caution is out. I was about to say that had to have been, because the rule is for these manual cautions is that when 2 or more cars spin out on the racing surface, the manual caution will be called, and that certainly was 2 or more cars.
Definitely that. Yeah.
So. But looking up here, I was just getting ready to point him out here. Back up in the front is Racer Rick in the 34. Racer Rick, who got his first win just a couple of weeks ago. I believe it was at Darlington. At Darlington, he got his first ever Cup win and first ever FRR Cup win. And here he is having another good run, and there's King G right back up there with him, back up into the front. He's going to restart 8th. Typical now on starting 2nd, and look who is starting first. That's our buddy Hurricane Hall. He missed the pit. Hurricane missed the pit.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, man, he's dropping back to the back. Oh, man, I thought he was got himself the pole, man. Oh, man.
I think he may just not paying attention.
Oh.
It'll get you.
Well, that just gave...
this track will get you one way or another.
Yeah, it will.
And that... WWT drives.
You got that right. As that gave...
You gotta stay on your P's and Q's on this track.
And that gave Typical the lead. We got a heck of a battle going back here between Pittman, Racer Rick, King G, and Bad Martin as they go into turn 1. A little contact being made there. No harm, no foul, as they're going to go 3 wide coming out of turn 2. King G makes a little contact with the wall, ran out of room, coming down the backstretch here. Going into turn 3 as looking up there at the front. Perky now trying to hold up and get up to the leader of Typical, as he's got Flash all over his back bumper.
Yeah, they're racing pretty good.
Yep, we got a lot of battling going on back here. We got some very good racing. J-Lam now under the 38, looking under the 38 at KB Showtime. He's got Mucka in the 2 right on his tail on the low side. King G right behind the 38 of KB Showtime on the high side. Mini Golf right there. He's got something to say right behind these guys. Field Filler in the 5. He's getting ready to get into the conversation. Well, we got ourselves a hornet's nest.
Yeah, they're almost 3 wide going through 1 and 2 there.
And they held it.
Just right there behind Field Filler.
As Mini Golf now looks on the inside of J-Lam here. This is just a couple of spots back, maybe about 10th on bat, about 9th or 10th, but very good racing back here in mid-pack on back.
Through the first 15, I'd say 10 to 15.
You got some very good racing going on.
They're kind of settling in a little bit now, I think. The beginning was exciting.
Up here in the front, and looking at Racer Rick. Racer Rick all over the bumper of Perky in the 14 for 3rd position. Racer Rick, I tell you what, he's having
in the 41. He just got around pit minute.
And King G also very impressive. Seeing some guys showing some very impressive speed tonight. Racer Rick, King G, and even Bad Martin in the 19 having a very good run here as we're about halfway through, getting close to the end now of stage 2.
Doesn't look like Typical stepping away as much as he did earlier. It's like Flash is hanging with him in the 24 car.
Yep, I'm going to try to get a lap count here as we are in stage 2. So let me try to see if I can get us a lap count. As they come across the line this time, they have 47 laps to go. So we are in stage 3. When did we get past stage 2? We're in stage 3 with 47 to go. Where the heck the end of stage 2?
I tell you what, it's not a huge track. It does go by pretty fast.
Hey,
they run some fast laps here.
One of those cautions that we had must have been the end of stage 2. But yeah, we are in stage 3 now. Ooh, the 12 and 9mm got into the side of the J-Lam a little bit. No harm, no foul, going into turn 1 and turn 2. As he's now on the bumper of 9mm. They're trying to work their way through the field behind True Death. Looking back up here in the front, as Racer Rick still all over the bumper of Perky, and he's got Bad Martin in the 19 looking on the inside of him. Here comes Bad Martin looking to make the pass. Gonna make the pass as King G now on the bumper of Racer Rick. Brad Martin now takes over the 4 spot, and King G all over Racer Rick for that 5th position. And here comes Bad Martin. He's looking to get more. He's got 5th. He's got 4th. He wants 3rd.
Yeah, he's running really good in that 19 car. That best for, and it's a pretty car too.
That's one of my favorites.
He's keeping it in good shape.
Yes, he is. And that's the thing, man. And we always talk about this, man. If you can keep that car clean, if you can keep those fenders clean, and you can get yourself a good finish if you can keep it clean. And that's, it's many times easier said than done. But
all the rubbing these guys have done tonight. So. It's good. If you got a clean car, that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely. As here comes Bad Martin now, looking for that 3rd spot as Perky moves up the track. He moved himself up the hill a little bit, opened the door for Bad Martin. And we got ourselves a drag race down here through the front stretch, going into turn 1.
He's going to let him have it.
Bad Martin, yeah, I don't think he's going to let him have it, but he's going to take it.
He'll take it, and he's in the 3rd.
Yeah. Yep, Bad Martin taking over the 3rd position now. So he's got himself into the top 3 behind Typical and Flash, who have kind of set sail a little bit between. There's the interval between Flash and the 3rd place of Bad Martin.
3 seconds back. Maybe 2 to 3 seconds back.
Yep, let's get back here. Let's get on some of these guys here. Let's get back here. There's King. Where's King G at? Where's that 41? There's that 41. There's King G. Yes, King G is still right behind Racer Rick. In 6th spot as he's gone up the hill, as he's got Pittman on the inside of him taking over this position. Pittman in the 11 with Mucka in the 2, followed by...
But he's losing a little bit of ground.
Yeah, he's losing a little bit. He's got the train going underneath of a Mucka now.
Getting caught on that high side is not good. Out of the group.
I can tell you from experience it's not fun. I can tell you from experience it is no fun at all.
But I think he's found a spot he can, King G can hop on into.
Yeah, and he's got a good car. He just got caught on that high side, so we'll see how that can come up and play up. As some of these guys think bad.
Looking underneath the 41 now, 2 and 3 car.
Yeah, where is that True Death? Let's go find that True Death.
He's actually running right here with King G. Just looking inside on him.
Yep, there he goes as True Death now takes over the spot from King G. And right behind him is that 12 car of 9mm. 9mm starting to make his way back up through the field. And True Death trying to...
I said King G leaving that low line open. They're going to take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah. All day. All day.
But he's trying to hang with the 19mm there.
We got a battle up here going on as Racer Rick and Pittman, they're side by side. Pittman going for more. Pittman going for 4th now underneath of Perky in the 14. Going into turn 3, he's got help from the 5 car of Field Filler. Going into turn 3, he's going to take the position over. Mucka here right behind them, all of these guys. As we check in with Field Filler now.
They caught some lap driving.
Field Filler now pulling right on the bumper of Pittman as Field Filler now in the 5th position. Pittman in 4th, Bad Martin in 3rd, Flash in 2nd, and Typical your leader. And now Field Filler dives to the inside underneath of Pittman and takes over the 4th position and sets his sights on that 19 of Bad Martin for 3rd. Now don't look now, right behind them, here comes that 34, back charging underneath of Mucka. And Racer Rick takes a spot back away from Mucka as the 14 follows suit underneath. Mucka now stuck to the high side a little bit. As he's gonna be caught to the top side.
Fighting back to Perky here. Perky's got a good car, it's pretty for 14 too.
Yeah, it is. And
he's running a good race too.
Perky's had a very good, he's had a very, very good season. He actually didn't have to start from the back tonight. I just realized that usually he always has to start in the back because he's not able to qualify. He misses the practices because of work and family. But he got his best qualifying start. So now I think it may have thrown him off a little bit that he didn't have to, actually come from the back and work his way through the field to the front. He started in front. But that 14, he's got his hands full now of Mucka as the Mucka now tries and takes the position away from that 14.
Yeah, he finally was able to work his way around him. It took him a lap or two to get in there, but he got around it.
And while all that was being happening, Field Filler has taken over the 3rd position from Bad Martin. So looks like Bad Martin in that 19.
Car around dime bags on the back stretch and one car around Monster Chevy.
Dime, you said Dime, what happened?
Dime went around, he was car around on the back stretch. He one car.
Yeah,
dime
he did.
bags.
He just now got it straight.
He's
got a lot.
Now, so yeah, he was spun around a little bit there.
And Swerve checking in.
I think that might have just been a single car deal, so.
Yeah, it's a single car, so they're going to stay green. And Swerve making a good point there that some of these guys might be fuel saving as they have to stretch it to 28 laps. Let's get a lap count. see where they're at. They're at 67 of 100. So 32 next time by.
Yep.
I tell you what, the 10 and the 24 have really set sail. They got a tremendous lead. There's the interval between the 24 and the 5. And here goes, we got a battle for the lead here, and Flash now looking for the lead, and Typical is going to give it to him, not giving him much of a fight. Not much of a fight at all, as Typical now looks like he might throw it in at that fuel gear maybe. He's definitely not running the RPMs that he was, so I think he's definitely trying to save some.
Yeah, gotta be saving.
I think so, this is our longest green flag run. So that is I think that might be throwing a little monkey wrench into it that, we've had so many cautions that now we're actually going to be probably, they keep this green here, knock on wood, it'll be the first green flag run. So this is the longest run that they've had at one time. So now they're really seeing what their car has on the long run for the first time.
Yeah, you kind of get a feel on how the car's gonna wear out, the changes that what do you need to help that car go. You get a feel for all that.
Yeah.
So, with it staying green, which is good. They had a lot of cautions right there at the beginning.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of cautions.
Nice some stuff up.
Yep, through stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah, I think through 1, and obviously they snuck 2 through us.
It did. It did.
So it kind of cleaned up after 1. I'd say the first stage was kind of dicey. I'd say they kind of got it at the beginnings 2. They kind of rolled right on through it. So 2,
yeah, they did.
Into this third stage.
Yep, and we've only got this time by 28 laps to go. So they're picking them up and laying them down at a pretty good clip. But they will have to pit one more time. They are going to have to pit at least one more time.
Looks like Flash is coming up with some lap traffic.
Yep. Flash is really trying to make some distance now between he and the 10. And we see one car coming out of the pits now.
He pulled down.
Oh, that was Dime.
Pulled down, let the leaders go. That's good.
Okay. Well, I know these guys are going to be making pit stops very, very, very soon. And like I said, this is their first green flag run. And Flash really.
Some cars into the pits. Ooh, we got a car around the pit road entrance, number 2.
That's Mucka in the 2.
That's Mucka spun around going on the entrance. Yeah, I think he got it straightened back out now, though.
Like he's going to lose a lot of time.
It's a chunk of them going in there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him pretty bad.
That'll really set up, and that's what this pit road and pit entry, man, it's very, very skinny. As you see, they have to take this entry road around, and it's got a nice little curve to it.
9mm got lucky there on that because he was coming in right behind him as he spun.
And here comes the next group of cars coming down pit road.
I'm riding with Danny in the 96 car right now. He's coming into pit.
Yep. Typical and Flash both have stayed out, but now they're just now coming off the track down the access road. So the 2 leaders just now coming on the pit road at the same time.
I got guys coming off the 11 car. Looks like the 38 car's coming in. Yep. The 34 car racer Rick, he just come off pit road. Him and Pittman.
What these guys don't want to do is have a mistake on pit road, as it'll cost you. And like as in the I was watching the FTR B League race tonight, man, the championship race in the B League over there. That Davey Allison, I mean he set sail. He won that probably by about 5 seconds. But the championship, They came into the they're coming down to their last pit stop, and Dark Knight got a black flag in the pits, and took him out of the contention on in the championship of getting a black flag on the pit road. So anything can happen, and especially here, I mean, just one little mistake on pit road can be the difference between a good finish and not getting a good finish.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying earlier, going in and getting caught on that high side, it's pretty big too. If you get caught up there, you kind of develop a little bit of a groove to that second line. Coming up a little, maybe the middle line, but you don't want to get outside of that. You're going to lose a lot of spots. So,
right.
Some of the guys think that has happened to tonight, getting hung outside there.
And as things have cycled around,
Jay Lamb, he went up a little high there, coming out of 2, caught the wall just a little bit.
As things have cycled around, Flash remains our leader with Typical in second and Field Filler in third. And there you see the interval, which is a big interval between he and Typical, who's in second. And there is now 22 laps to go. So they definitely will have enough to make it to the end. So they won't even need to worry about any saving with 22 laps to go. So Showtime Flash can really keep that pedal to the floor.
Yeah, he pretty much can cruise. So no cautions or anything.
But like I also saw in that B League race, after Dark Knight got that penalty in pit road that took him out of the championship, another championship contender, Eneltown, was just, I mean, he was getting run down a little bit, but he accidentally hit a glitch and got spun by hitting the glitch and took him out of a championship. I mean, so you never know what can happen. So I mean, you always want to, just when you think you can lay off and kind of dog it a little bit, something could happen, man. You never know. You never quit.
Yeah, so it's good seeing some of these Xfinity guys running in there. I know THC's up there. He's been in here for a little while, pretty much all season and up.
Yeah, he
was
has.
running Xfinity last year. G Petro, he was come along. He actually ran the Xfinity. I believe ran the Xfinity truck last year.
Yep,
last
he
season.
was.
So,
as we got a fight between brothers here, and that's between Pittman and True Death, the other Pittman, and True Death comes out on top and takes the position away from Pittman in the 11 car.
They're brothers.
They're brothers, yeah.
How did I know that?
Yep, they are brothers.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess they do kind of sound a little similar somewhat in their own right. Now, everybody's been pretty good guys. So
yeah, great guys.
And with a lot of those guys.
Yeah, but True Death has done an exceptional job this season, grabbing the reins of steering the ship here for FRR, and has done an absolute tremendous job. Has done a very, with everything that's gone on this season, and man, it's a lot. Doing these, I don't know how these owners do it, man. I really don't. I really don't. But he's done an exceptional job, and and there's been some really, really tough racing this season. Like I said, man, there's been some tempers flaring and everything else, and he stays sturdy and strong, man, and he's done an exceptional job. But like you said, man, some of these Xfinity guys that have moved up over the past year, they've definitely been holding their own. And it's only a matter of time before before I'll be calling you out there, man. You will not see me, I can promise you, because nope.
That's a big jump. I really have a lot of fun with the trucks and Xfinity. I think
Yeah, but
Those
hey,
cars fit me. They fit me really well the way I
right?
race and
But
stuff like that.
you
I'm
never,
trying to. I'm figuring some stuff out with the Cup car. We'll
right?
see. Who
Well,
knows?
we'll see. Who knows? But I can promise you, I love being the voice of FRR. So, you will not see me ever in the FRR Cup car. I'm up here in the booth. I'm the voice. I love my job. I get paid very well to do it. Yeah, I'll be sticking in Xfinity and trucks in FRR, and I'll be watching you out on the track one day. Is what I'll be saying.
Oh yeah. Well, I'd say we'll see how everything goes, but it's fun, and these guys, you learn a lot racing with these guys too. So it is getting to run in some of their practice races and things like that. You learn a lot.
Oh yeah.
I think all the guys kind of help out, some of the newer guys too, which is good.
Yep, absolutely.
They're running. It's been said they're kind of settled. They kind of settled themselves out. It looks like everybody's kind of gap spaced out pretty well.
Yep. Right here we got a battle for the fifth spot as True Death is all over Bad Martin for fifth.
Yeah, when he got around Pittman, he kind of took off.
Yeah, he did. True Death is
for a few laps now. Bad Martin and True.
I don't know what kind of adjustments True has made in that number 3 car, but whatever adjustments he's made has really worked, and he is really taken off as he is all over this 19 car. He wants to get that top 5.
It's one thing to get to him, it's another thing to pass.
Yes, it is. It definitely is, especially now that they got a few laps on these tires. So these tires are getting a little bit of wear now. We got about, looks like we got 13 laps, 12 laps to go. So they definitely, got a little bit of wear on these tires now. So it's kind of see what kind of long distance car that you kind of have, but a True Death is still working on them.
Check back in with Flash. He's kind of still just motoring on there, and the gap is kind of staying the same.
Yeah.
He's gained a little bit of pull width, just a little bit.
Yep, you got Flash.
The car looks really good.
Yep, Flash in first. Typical is second. And I'm trying to see who is third. Is that Perky third? I think Perky is third. Field is fourth. And True Death now on side by side with Bad for fifth. And True has taken the spot over. A good battle, good racing between these two guys. A lot of respect. Very good racing there. As Perky is there in third position. Haven't showed much of Perky tonight. He's done a very good job. Here's Perky now. He's coming up on some lap traffic here.
At least be able to pull out a nice top 5.
And right now he's in a podium finish in the top 3.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Looks like Fields trying to chip away at him just a little bit.
Yeah, and Perky. He won Daytona in the beginning of the year. Had a chance to win a couple other races. He was right up there at Talladega and Dover, and right at the end, where he was in contention for the win, and bad luck, reared its ugly head on him, and got into some trouble, or trouble found him, I should say. So he's had some frustrating moments. He wants definitely can use the third spot here, a podium, and use Esma some momentum, getting a great finish.
At the very least, just for points.
Yeah. Especially, not having to, he didn't have to go from the back to the front tonight. He started at the front, so it was a little something different for him. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. If we stay the way we are. I'll look on around, kind of checking in KB.
Generous. I tell you what, they're being really generous about letting the leaders get through. And that's just riding with Mucka and the 2 car. Saw Flash come. Didn't call him much.
Yeah, and it's always been like that all season long. It's shown a lot of respect whenever the leaders are coming on this way, that they get out of the way and do a good job
Well, if
making
you do
sure.
it this race, you know, hopefully there's a come a day you're on the other end and they do the same.
Yep. And Mucka has looked like he got loose. He decided to.
He was having some trouble. I rode with him a couple laps.
Yeah,
Was getting a little tight through the corners.
he was making sure that the Lance crew was going to make sure that they had something to do, and got down in there into the grass and did a little bit of floor wheeling. Making sure that the grounds crew had something to do after the race.
So you tell everybody out there that
ooh, the 96 and the 34 around. The 96 and the 34 around. This could throw a little monkey wrench. There's 6 laps left.
Man, Flash and Typical just got through that, and they were.
But like I said,
Typical is actually gaining a little ground there on Flash coming through those last few lap covers.
Yep, and because they are under the 10 laps to go, that there are no more cautions. So that's why the caution did not come out there, even though
it pretty quick too.
Yeah, they got going pretty quick. It was the 2 cars, but we are under 10 laps to go, as we got now 5 laps to go. 4 to go this time.
True Death in that 3 car. He's working on field filler.
He is working on field filler.
He's caught up to him, and they got a little battle going here.
He does. At True Death, that car at True Death really has come on strong. This stage 3, man. It's really. I don't know what adjustments he's made to it, but he's really come on strong. As he's only got a couple laps now, but he's going to see if he can get there. As we got 4 laps to go now, and he's really working on this number 5 car, field car.
I got a good line through the corner. If you told the audience, like I said, when we say tight or loose, what we're meaning there, tight, that car just wants to drive up to the wall. It doesn't want to turn. The loose, obviously, get that rear end on the fly out, turning towards the end.
True Death wants to try a power move on the outside here.
Yeah, he is. He's got a good run there.
We got 3 laps to go.
Tried to work him on the inside. It just wasn't working, but he's going to get him here.
He's going to try to get him on the outside. As we've got, we've got coming around as True Death going to trying to make that pass on the outside. He's trying to make it work. Field filler's not going to give up. He cleared him. What a power move.
Yeah, good pass.
That is a power move if I've ever seen one. And let me get back to our leader, as we've got 2 laps to go. So this time by, and Typical is out. All of a sudden caught up to this 24 car as they have the white flag out. 1 lap to go. Here at WWT, we thought it was in the books, but not so easy. Here comes Typical underneath the 24 into turn 2. Down the backstretch, Typical and Flash, side by side, going into turn 3. Typical going to take the lead. Flash going to look for the crossover, gives him the bumper. Gives him the bumper up into the wall. Flash into the wall. Flash going to take the lead, and he's going to take the win. Flash going to win at WWT. Typical and spun. Typical spun and crashed. It's not over. It is not over. Typical on the fence. Typical is on the fence. He has yet to cross the line. Typical ends up in 4th.
Yeah.
And True Death ends up in 3rd. Unbelievable.
But True made a great run, a heck of a run back up there.
Wow. Here are your final results. Showtime Flash gets the win in dramatic fashion.
Gonna be a little frustrated.
Yeah, that could be that could be fallout on that one.
It's gonna be fun this week.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Perky got 2nd. True Death comes home in 3rd with Typical in 4th. Field Filler in fifth, Bad Martin in sixth, Hickross in seventh, 19 millimeter in eighth, Pittman in ninth, and Mini Golf in 10th. What an ending to the race!
Good
Uh,
race. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen an ending like that in quite a while. I mean, oh, we're gonna
For
have
them
to.
to catch back up at the end, a bunch up at the end, that was great. It was they really kind of closed out, made it a good race throughout. I think it was a good race all the way around for those
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, it was. It really was. I'm not sure about that ending, though. Let me get some of these guys in here. Stand by just a minute as we get Showtime Flash and that man Perky up into the booth and talk to these guys for just a few minutes. Give me 1 second. Come on, come on. There we go. I got. Okay. Oh, there they are. All right. Well, let's get down to it. And first up, uh, getting his first podium of the season right there at the very end. Maybe gotten a little bit of help, but hey, sometimes maybe you need a little help. And in third tonight, that is the number three of True Death, the owner of FRR. True, man, congratulations on getting that third, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. It was fun out there tonight.
I
Just
mean,
glad we go ahead.
I tell you what, we were talking about it, man, and you know that somewhere along the line that your car really could took off there in stage three. I'm not sure if you made any adjustments to it or what happened, but I mean your car really took off there in stage three.
First two stages. The first stage I had, I can't remember where I finished, but it was in top 10. It was, run good, but just had bad luck in the second stage. Some got taken out and had to go back to the back and blah 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 with damage. But I didn't touch the car all night long. Kept it the same all night long, and I knew I didn't have nothing for flash. And Perky, on the timer I was running him down, but he had too big of a lead when he came out of pit. So the only person I could go after was Field Filler, which was at the time fourth, and then Typical ran out of gas, I guess it was, coming out of four. So I was able to pass him, get that podium finish. But we got a fast car. If I could have kept it through the traffic cleanly and stuff like that, and if I could have made it through the field like Flash did, because Flash went through the field, breezed through there fast as heck, and well, I just couldn't do that. But yeah, if I could have been up there, I would have been a top two, but not a topper. Flash
Well,
had, he was the class of field tonight.
all right, congratulations on getting a top three, your first podium of the season, man. I mean, tell me how good does that finally feel to finally crack into the top three and grab that
Oh man,
podium for you in this
feels
season?
feels awesome, man. Because being race control for half the season, really took away from what I could do on the track, and which I'm not a top three finisher every week, but top 10, that's what I'm looking for every week, and but just to get a top three, and I knew this track right here because I was third last season, but finished fourth last season, yeah, because last turn I shovel passed me when I hit the wall. So I had a good car here, and I worked on it all week, making it better and stuff. So, but it does feel it's awesome. Hell yeah.
Well, congratulations, man. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
let you go, and it
Hmm.
was a great run, man. Great run. I mean,
Yeah,
you
Hmm.
good
really
race.
turned it on in stage three, man. Congratulations
Appreciate, appreciate
on getting third,
Thank
and
you. Showtime and Perky, congratulations on 1-2. Awesome run.
thank
And
you.
I also want to say to the whole everybody that was in tonight's race, the third stage went without a caution. Uh, Nobody in this league thought that was going to happen, but it did, and I'm happy for all the drivers in this league. Y'all done exceptionally well. Thank you.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. We noticed that throughout the race that the first stage got a little dicey at the start of the race, but it looked like it cleaned up nice, and everybody kind of settled in.
Yep.
And I just want to say thank you to all the drivers in the league. That's what we're looking for right there. Uh,
That was a heck of a way to finish that off, True man. Congratulations, and let's bring up into that second place finisher in that that number 14 car. That man Perky, man. Congratulations on finally getting back up here into the booth. It's been a minute, but you finally did it, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It feels good coming out my home track. So I definitely take that. Good stage points today. I got second, third, and second for the three stages. So yeah, definitely can't complain. I didn't have anything for the two leaders up there until I guess something happened there in the last lap, and typical I guess lost it off of four. But I mean, I'll take it. It's a good day.
Well, I mean, it's you've had you started the season off with a bang, winning Daytona, and you kind of that ugly bad luck kind of reared its ugly head at you a couple times. You know, you're always working your way through the field, having to start from the back and working your way to the front, and got taken out there at the end a couple of times and screwed your race up. So kind of tell me, what does it mean, for you? I mean, actually starting in the front tonight and actually been able to finish the race off and getting a finish that you deserve.
It's a world of difference, let me tell you. I was actually able to stay up front, keep my track position, because this is a difficult track to kind of pass on just because it's so tight on both ends. And, I mean, one little mistake and but one little mistake and I could have been way back in the back again if I was like mid pack or something coming back through. So yeah, it was nice to keep the track position for sure, and who knows, maybe I'll do it a couple more times until playoff time. So
Well, congratulations, man. Gonna let you go and can and celebrate and coming home in second. Job well done, man. Congratulations.
yeah, I appreciate it, and good
Yeah,
job,
good
Josh.
race. Way to hang in there. Yeah, good run.
Absolutely, and let's bring on the winner of tonight's show, and that's that 24 car of Flash. Flash, man, congratulations, getting another win on the season, man, and definitely some dramatic fashion, man. I mean, kind of tell me about how you made this happen tonight.
Yeah, didn't get the qualifying run that I wanted, obviously. But I knew I could drive. I knew I had a car capable of being in the top three. Wasn't sure if I had anything for the 10. He really drove out there the first stage. Um, the last stage was, you had to save 3 laps, and um, just we were doing a really good job at doing that, and had a really big gap after that final pit stop, and um, just typical. I mean, he had the best car, no doubt about it. And I was a little nervous about how much fuel I'd have at the very end because it was turning uh, about 3/4 of the way down the back stretch, so didn't know when I would be sputtering. And we crossed the line, and I knew he was there. I was going to make him earn it for sure, and we just went down in turn one, and just punted me up the track, and I didn't like it very much. So I've been bump and run more than a handful of times by other drivers for their first wins, and I didn't want to let this one slip away. I felt like I was driving my butt off, and so I paid it back. I'm certainly not the one that wrecked him off the corner. I don't know why he spun like that, um,
Yeah,
but yeah,
tangled up in there.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it, but I mean, I wasn't gonna let it slip away by someone moving me again. So
I
um,
think I
he
don't
owes me
think it was
one.
too crazy bad. Yeah.
He owes me one, and I'll take it whenever he decides to give it back. But I felt like we could have had a better last lap than that, and I wasn't gonna let it happen again.
Your
Well,
car definitely came to you because you definitely pulled away for a while there. So you definitely had a good car too. So that was a great win.
Yeah,
But
thank you. I mean, it was just like the fuel saving. I think is the difference. I don't know if he got his car turned too loose for him, and I was able to drive away a little bit. But um, I was really surprised at the gap I had, and then um, however he's getting that car around the track, it was I don't think anyone could make a better car than what he had. He was just eating me up, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
it's
he
just
kind
how
of
it went.
caught back to he got a little bit of a run towards the end there, and caught back to you. Yeah, y'all both got through traffic pretty well, so it looks like the lap traffic was pretty respectful tonight, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't really see the finishing order there, but yeah, Perky and True had a great run as well, and all the Hendrick cars, we were running well. Hurricane had a mishap and didn't pit going to that last stage. He had a top 10 run going, and J Lamb. So this is probably the best run that Hendrick's had as a whole for the whole season, and just happy to get the win. It's certainly not a track I was expecting to be halfway competitive at a couple days ago, but Hurricane gave me a setup that was pretty close, and I adjusted it to how I needed it, and we were able to. It wasn't pretty, but we closed it out, so I'm really glad to get this car in victory lane.
congratulations, Flash, man. A win is a win at the end of the day. Hey, I know you guys have been rivals here, for pretty much all season, kind of going back and forth on wins and finishes and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, a win is a win, and it was very well earned, man. Congratulations on grabbing that, man, and we definitely look forward to seeing you guys next week, man.
Yeah, good
Yeah, I
win,
think
brother.
Sonoma's next week, so I don't have the speed as the 10 or the 4 or maybe the 22 on these road courses, but we'll try to keep it clean, get a solid top 5, and we'll move on from there.
Well, I tell you what, man, celebrate this one tonight and enjoy it, and you have yourself a great night, man. I'm gonna let you go, and congratulations, Flash, man. It was a heck of a job. Enjoy watching you race, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for calling the race as always, and hopefully we'll be talking again real soon.
Hey,
Absolutely,
good
man.
win.
Congratulations. Well, Ahoki, man, we saw ourselves, man. It was definitely, man, a good race. We saw a little bit of this, man, a little bit of that, and it definitely it definitely didn't seem like it was going to shape up to have a dramatic ending, but we sure enough had
It
one.
did. Yeah, it did. I think the two best cars were up front most of the race, and they battled it out at the last couple laps. So it's just you know, hey, sometimes you got to move somebody. It's part of the deal too. So they're trying to win. So
Yeah.
that's racing.
Yep, that is, and we're gonna take it to the desert of Sonoma on the road course next week. We'll see what happens, and you've got some road course ringers that probably be really looking forward to going back to a road course. Hokie, thank you for joining me up here in the booth tonight and
Oh, thanks
calling
for
the
having me.
race.
I had a good time. I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah,
we'll
and
uh,
I like to get to talk about the R series and stuff too. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. So
oh, absolutely. I wanted to talk about
people can
because
go check that
I
stuff out.
I wanted to talk about that and find out about that because I was really busy with the memorial race all day yesterday, so I was completely away from the trucks and the Xfinity, so I wanted to find out the details of what happened, man. And so yeah, I'm gonna have to make that call and pull you out of the bullpen a couple more times this season.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, we're at the Xfinity will be at Sonoma next Saturday too, and the trucks are actually off. I think a couple weeks, and then we have the last race of the season will be Kentucky at the trucks before we start the playoffs.
Okay. I do, Lando. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Not if I'm going to get taxed, though, in the interest. I'm joking about that. He said on this shit, I have my drive-through for the trucks.
Yeah.
He's going to keep
Yeah,
reminding
you
me
still
about
got
that.
you still got to drive through the trucks that are waiting for you there, buddy. Don't
I,
forget about that.
I know you're joking. I know you're joking, brother. It's all good, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It might be a minute because the reason why I haven't been in the trucks is I did get drafted
Yeah.
by Cobra, which is why I race on now. I got called to race the Cobra at 8 o'clock on
That's right.
Fridays
They
now.
run yeah, that's right. They
All
run
right,
on
so
the same night.
I was gonna see maybe if any way we could maybe move the truck race up to like 6 or something like that, so I can definitely get into it. But that's a conversation for a different day. But we'll talk about that later. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. As always, we're nothing without you guys tuning in and watching. And thank you guys, everyone, every week tuning in. All of our fans, be sure to subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell thing, so you get the notification and everything. Hokie, thanks, man, for coming up here. I'm definitely going to call you out of bullpen a couple more times this season.
Excellent.
Um, Thank you all, everybody, for tuning in and showing up tonight, and had a great race. Showtime Flash, your winner here at WWT in dramatic flashing. That man Perky gets second, and True Death gets his first top 3 podium of the season, coming home third. We will see everybody next week in same bad time, same bad channel at Sonoma. Next week on Sunday. We will see you then.